Good morning, RESA students and staff. This is Mr. Stover with your morning announcements. I'd like to welcome you back to another fine day at RESA. I'm glad you're here and excited to see what you're going to learn today. We're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance and the Student Creed. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Student Creed. As a RESA student, I will always strive to be an excellent student and an excellent human being. I'm a unique person with special talents, and it is up to me to develop those talents while I am at school. I understand that if I truly strive to be excellent, I will be successful. All right, teachers, please check the exclusion list and send any students that need to go see the nurse down to the nurse for health exclusions. And remember, teachers, you're going to be checking that each and every day. Teachers, also reminder, we are handing out schedules in advisory today. So if you did not get your schedules for your students from the mailroom, you can either send a student, well, if you're doing it now, send a student down to go get the schedules from the main office, and please distribute the new schedules. Today will be the last day that we are printing out everybody's schedules, but we want to make sure that students have the correct schedule with the complete information on it, and this is the best way to distribute them to the entire student body. So please make sure you're doing that this morning. Also, we are not going to distribute student IDs this morning, so please, if you have the student IDs, hold on to those. We've got some stickers and labels that we're working on for those student IDs that we will get to you on Tuesday before we hand them out. And students, each and every day when we come in at advisory, we use this time to get ready to learn. Today we're going to focus on things that we want to keep out of the classroom. Okay, so backpacks, coats, and we should not be wearing house shoes, and we should not be bringing blankets. So let me explain. Backpacks should go in your locker. We're still a little flexible because it's the first week of school and you're still learning how to use your locker and how to get around to all your classes. But by Tuesday next week, you need to have figured out how to use your locker. So if you're having trouble opening your lock, my recommendation is to take that lock home this weekend, practice it, and so that you can do it with your family or what have you, but practice that lock so that you know how to open it, and you can open it even in the middle of the hallway where it's very busy and that's where your locker is. We need you to be able to do that so you can put your backpack in there. There are some exceptions with the backpacks. If you are in an 8th hour class that's not on your grade level floor, so let's say you're a 6th grader, but you have 8th hour on a 7th grade classroom or an 8th grade classroom, you can ask your teacher about that today if you're allowed to bring the backpack there. But we generally allow students to bring their backpacks to those kinds of classrooms, and that way you don't have to go back to your locker at the end of the day when you're trying to get on the bus. It's very important that you get to your bus on time. Students should not be wearing coats in the building. So a coat is like a heavy coat, like you would wear in the winter. I don't think that'll be a big problem right now, nor should house shoes or blankets. And we will go into more on the dress code next week because house shoes would be a violation of the dress code. You need to have closed-toed shoes. So that's shoes that cover the front of your feet. Okay. Bus dismissal. You guys have been doing a great job at bus dismissal. Thank you, teachers, for distributing the bus information 8th hour. We're going to do that one more time today. And then students, it's going to be up to you to remember this, what your bus info is. So you need to know the bus route number, and you should really know the lane number or where your bus is, okay? It's the most critical thing really is the route number, though. That is how we're tracking what buses are here and what buses are not. And as you have seen, sometimes we have late buses. Yesterday we had a bus breakdown on the way here, and it was really late, but we can make sure that you get home one way or another. So students, just remember, you need to start remembering what that is. So if you need to like write the bus info down on your schedule or somewhere else that you're going to keep with you, that would be a good idea. Hallway expectations. Students should always be walking quickly when they're in the hallway and should walk on the right. Cell phones need to be silent and out of sight, and students should always walk on the right side of the hallway. Hands, feet, and objects need to be kept to yourselves. That means like don't be touching other people. And that doesn't just mean like pushing or things, because you obviously can't push or hit, but it also means like we shouldn't be hanging off of each other. We shouldn't be lifting somebody into the air because they're a friend or whatever. Keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Inside voices. So that would be like level 2 voices, right? Like, so, the people around you can obviously hear you talk, but you don't need to be yelling down the hallway. Head directly to your next class or destination. So use your time wisely. Also, I want to point out that we have free breakfast available every day of school. If you want free breakfast, you need to go line up for breakfast. So Mr. Jesus will open the 7th grade doors at 8:40 each day, and then he will allow students to come in if they are going to breakfast. You line up basically where you line up for the lunch line, and you need to be in that line by 8:56, or else you will not be allowed in. So that means that's 4 minutes before class starts. You should already be in the breakfast line. You should not be waiting around, talking to friends, and then going to breakfast. So if you come in, you go straight to breakfast. If you have a late bus, which we know happens, then you will be routed through the security desk and you will receive a pass that will allow you to get breakfast and or be admitted to class. We have no Friday activities, so there should be no practice or anything. So everybody should get on the bus or get on your ride and go home today at the end of the day. That's all we have for today. Remember to strive to be an excellent student, strive to be an excellent human being, and strive to be responsible, respectful, and safe.